hopefully we'll go live soon, so bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Seems like we're live. Sup, ladies and gentlemen, Akolon here, and welcome back to each of one of it. Of course, if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, if you're watching this over on YouTube, very happy to have you, but come join us over on Twitch. It is more fun when it's live. Right. What are we doing? What are we doing? Alright. There we go. Boosted. Boosted, motherfucker. And dark mode is on. Alright, now we just wait patiently. Patiently waiting for people to sort of filter in and sort of take their place among the gods. So that we can start doing shit. I don't know what we're gonna do yet tonight. I do know what we're gonna talk about, but after that, anyone's fucking guess, right? Probably some Valheim, most likely, because I am loving the shit out of that game. I mean, whatever comes after that, I genuinely don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Right. I'm guessing we're alright to go. We should be okay to go. Let's do some publishing. That's a go. That should be fine. I do wanna... Yeah, I need to get ready to fucking post this shit. Wait, did I make the Sunday Show live? I think I forgot. Yep. I fucking forgot. Can you believe that? Ravy G, how you doing, bro? How you doing? How's your day been? I can't believe I fucking forgot to make the show live, bro. Like, oh my god. Mocha, how you doing? Pumonkey, how you doing? Was alright playing some old school RuneScape? Why would you play old school RuneScape? Haven't we spoken about this? That's a shitty game. Give it to me. Are we fucked in Shadowlands? No, I don't think we're fucked. Mocha Joel, to answer that question, I don't think we're fucked. I do think there's a lot that isn't told to us. There's a lot that's being kept from us. There's a massive part of the story that just that's been hidden, and I want to know why. Why did they hide this from us? The Grey, how you doing, bro? Yeah, it's the Sona tonight. I told you guys, it's the State of the Nation address. My government does not turn off the power when it's the State of the Nation address. Everyone wants to know exactly how they're gonna fuck us, you know? Nothing much. How's your day? Pumanki, I have my day only just started, so I'm not entirely sure how my day's going. I've got my first cup of coffee right here. I woke up about an hour ago. I've been slowly sipping on this thing. I don't know why, but it's like the hardest thing to get down for some fucking reason. But I only just started, so seen the pic I sent you on WhatsApp? No, I've not actually even had time to pick up my phone yet today, right? They legit not even had time to pick up my fucking phone. Hold up, I'll check quickly. WhatsApp, Ravy G. You mean it's a video, right? You sent me a video. Hold up, let me check this shit. Jesus, the amount of fucking snow, dude. Bro, I am fucking jealous. I am jealous. That looks so fucking gorgeous. Probably a trap back home. Robot Gaming, how you doing? I think she's just gonna pull the X back, which is not good. Everyone, I think they're just gonna... What do you mean, pull the X back? Last Sunday, there was no ice at all. Now it's a good 4 inches. Macmillan, how you doing, bro? How's everyone doing? Like, what have you guys been up to today? Since we last spoke, which is last night, obviously. What have you been doing? It started snowing maybe 20 minutes ago. I'm not excited. Pumanki, how can you not be excited for snow? What even is this? I don't even know you anymore. I would like to disassociate from Pumanki entirely. If the snow gods can hear me, I will take all her snow. Lilin Blondade, how you doing? I can't believe you guys don't like fucking snow. Like, what is wrong with you? See, this is what happens. People get all the good stuff and then they don't know how good they actually fucking had it. I would love to get a proper snow. All we get here is called slush. We don't even get snow, so what the fuck, Nico? We don't even get snow. Trashed, how you know? You just got 3 feet. I hate all of you so much. You get snow and it is hot as balls here. They legit hot as balls. It is as if you were wearing two pairs of underpants, right? And your balls just been stewing in the fucking heat buildup from the wool underpants that you've been wearing and the thermal underpants that you have on over that. Like, it is insane how hot it's been. I have my AC on, and it is the only source of refuge in this entire fucking world is my room with the AC on. Everything else is just, oh my god, it's too fucking hot. I prefer the cold. I definitely prefer the cold. Doing it here, folks. Acker has streamed balls for sale. Steam balls for sale. I mean, fuck me. I'm pretty sure that's a picture no one wants to see, to be fair. Pretty sure. Back, bitches. Luna, welcome back. Acker, you can have our snow. It was like minus 17 today, and I froze my balls off. Bro, I would rather freeze than I would fucking be hot. Ace, how you doing? Here's the thing, right? I've told you guys this before, so this isn't news, but if you have, if it's like really, really cold, right? You can put on a jacket, maybe put on 2 fucking jackets if you need to, and you'll be hot. Like, you'll be fine. If it's hot though, what do you do? Like, explain this to me. If you're hot and you're working outside, fucking explain. How do you get that temperature down? Because you can't take off your skin, right? There's a limit to the amount of layers that you can remove before you're getting into the sort of the territory of death. Yeah? But you can't take back? Exactly. This is why the cold is so much better. Because, no, tea won't make you cold. If it's hot, right? Tea is not gonna help make you cold. It's just maybe, depending on the tea that you drink, obviously. If it's iced tea, it's just iced tea. So maybe it will quench your thirst for like 2 seconds and then you'll be thirsty again. But it's not gonna lower the temperature of your body by any stretch of the imagination. And then also you have, if it's hot tea, then what the fuck are you doing? You're just putting more hot stuff into yourself, right? Couldn't deal with the heat, but you can make the heat bearable. How? How do you make the heat bearable? I'd love to hear. Well, Buffalo Bull could take off your skin, but that would result in bad case of dateness. Exactly. Ferorius, how you doing, bro? Disciple Gaming, how you doing, man? Haven't seen you in a while. How you fucking doing, bro? Sorry, I'm just quickly checking to make sure that I have everything set up the way that I fucking want it. Alright, so that's been tweeted. That's been Instagrammed. Whatever the fucking word is for doing something on Instagram. And then, of course, we have this. Say now. Alright, now Discord have been notified as well of us being live. Warm soup will work. No, but if it's cold, like I said before, if it's cold, hell, there's so much you can do. Go from 42 degrees in the summer, autumn, to minus 12 right now. Humaki, where do you live again? Like, if it's cold, there's so much you can do to actually get the heat back up, right? Even if you're outside, just wear a nice jacket, maybe some gloves, maybe a fucking beanie if you need to. And you've got all that heat just sort of pushing into your body. It's so nice. If it's hot outside, I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do to get that down. Sweetbass, thank you very much for the follow. Really fucking appreciate that. Ricky, thank you so much for the follow. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. I have this thick woolen Norwegian sweater, and that works, right? Ricky Rebel, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the Fat Fuckers Club. Thank you. I just want to point out, the overlay for the Just Chatting is still in the works. That's why there's actually no pop-up whenever people subscribe or follow right now. Alex is still working on an exact overlay for the Just Chatting streams. Ziang, how you doing, bro? Ali Dios, how you doing? Oh, it's cold. Let me get that hot sauce out. You think hot sauce would help? You drop your clothes. There's a point at which you drop your clothes and then you sleep in jail, right? And then things will really heat up at night. So there is a point to where you're not allowed to drop more clothes unless you also want to get a free anal exam later that evening. This is just the fucking law, right? There's nothing you can do about that. Cocky, how you doing? CDJ, ice cream won't help. Ice cream is gonna help for like 2 seconds, and then it's not gonna help anymore, right? Turn into a full moon. Jesus, right? Fucking filth, dude. That is funny as fuck. Too much cold food drink can make you hotter. Personally, I prefer. That is actually true, the Grey. So, for example, right now it's hot, yeah? If I have, houseman, how you doing, bro? If I have like water, if I drink a shit ton of water, I do actually feel the heat increasing. I do have to drink the water for my voice, but it does actually make you hotter because your body's now fucking working to try and get all that shit out. You can make the heat bearable by constructing houses fit for the climate, a house that takes maximum amount of morning breeze and less sunshine. Yes, but we're talking about going outside. We're talking about going outside, Magister. So, inside, I don't think it matters either way, right? If you're inside, does it really matter whether it's summer or winter? All right, Andy, for those who do go outside, right? So unless you're a gamer or a streamer that just never leaves your house, there's still people that has jobs to go to, right? Where they actually have to go outside. And we're talking about those people. Like, we're caring about the little man right now. Yeah? We're caring about the little guy. The guy that still has to leave the house. He's fucked, right? If it's hot, it's hot. And he's just going to struggle, especially if you live in Europe or somewhere in the US where you take a lot of public transport. So I remember being on public transport in the UK in summer. People fucking stink, bro. It's like none of those people have ever heard about deodorant. Like, legit, just run a fucking stick under your arm or some shit, because people are ripe on the fucking subway and shit in summer in the UK. I mean, it just adds to the fucking struggles. The radiant heating, water, and it struggles in these sub-zero times. So it's freezing in my house. We don't have central heating in South Africa. It probably was in a Chav area. No, it was in London. I don't know what Chav means, actually. So maybe I was in a Chav area. But it was in London, obviously. But no, I'm personally, I genuinely... I prefer winter. London's fucking chav. What does chav mean? If London is chav, what the fuck does it mean? I have an answer for your video. No, the Dross was not the first in Outer World. We get to see their zone in 9.1, Blighted Lands. Giant Rat Guy, that's as good an answer as any, right? Chav, a young person. Hold up, let me go this way. Chav, a young person of a type characterized by brash and lootish behavior, usually with connotations of a low social status. Not the whole of London is low status. There are some very good places in London. A common as muck? Oh, hey, you what in it? CDJ, you can't fucking say that. Like, what you literally just said is that all Cockneys are fucking, all Cockneys are chav. So you're saying, Danny Dyer is a chav. Because Danny Dyer is funny as fuck. And he is as Cockney as a fucking gates. With electric backup, but the cost, rather smother myself in blankets. So, as I said, in South Africa, we don't do central heating. There's rich people that have that, obviously. Like the fucking very richest of the richest people. They'll have central heating. But for the most part, people, at least the people that I know, we don't really do it, right? It's winter time. You just put on a fucking jacket. You guys have seen me streaming and making videos in the winter. I'll wear a jersey or a jacket or some shit, and you just fight the cold. That's pretty much all you can do, right? I was born in London though, so I am allowed to say that. CDJ, I don't really mind. I just, as soon as you said it, I was like, Cockney. And I was like, yeah, I know those guys. Anglos get yeeted. But I'm glad to remind them of the 4 Anglo-Dutch wars. What would be that? Most Dutchies pretend to like the Brits. This is just because we all hate the French. I think that's something that unites Europe. I think without the French, the European Union would never have worked. Because thanks to the French, the whole of Europe is united in their hatred of the French, and therefore they're willing to work together. The second you remove the French, the European Union falls apart because then they all realize they actually hate each other. Fucking politics, bro. That's like big brain politics right there. Fuck dog, I hate her, bro. Because the Slayer task came out in old school RuneScape is boring as fuck. We all hate Germans too. For Aureus, I feel like the only people who hate the Germans is the Dutch, though. And maybe the French. But I know the Germans hate the French too. We hate Europe. I know there to be sounds like dislike for a step sibling or some shit. Great, no. If you've ever been to the UK, they really dislike the French. I do not know why, but they really dislike the French. You are a chaff too. If you wear a hoodie and fake jewelry. Are we talking girls or guys here? Better than just adding one? When we keep adding one to what? How to piss off a Serb? Ask him about Slovakia and Croatia. But you can't piss Kaki off that way because he's actually Russian. He just pretends not to be Russian because he doesn't want us to know that he votes for Putin. Funny, they are ruled by a French royalty. Who? Magister. No, wait, isn't the Queen of England German? She's German, she's not French. It's my understanding that the whole British royal family is German. They're Anglo-Saxon. Originally from Germany. Don't know what layers are needed for winter. Oh, right. Better than just adding one. Yeah, but removing one is only legal at some point inside your house, Pumanki. Unless, of course, you're telling me you're walking around outside naked. In which case, you need to tell me what town this is. If there's hot chicks walking around naked in town and it's legal, I'm going there. Wow, hi Slovak. The British Crown was even held by William of Orange at some point. Who the fuck is William of Orange? You love Putin, Kaki. And you wonder why we distrust you in Among Us. You wonder why the fuck we distrust you in Among Us. When you think about it, actually 90% of European royalty is Germany. Or German. Yeah, I guess so. But I guess that also makes sense. I mean, well, actually, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Germany is a pretty young country. So the fact that all of them are German is actually pretty weird. The Queen's husband is German, I think. No, the Queen of England. The Queen of England is, their entire family is Germanic. It's a German family. It's not just the prince or anything. It's legit. The entire British family is actually German. They changed their surname, I believe, to Windsor. But their surname used to be something else. I can't remember what it is, but they actually changed their surname to Windsor. 200 or 300 years ago, their surname was changed to Windsor. I believe Windsor is their surname or some shit like that. But yeah, they're as far as I know, they're all German. Granted, I don't know everything about the fucking British royals. With the wind chill and stuff, you need normal clothes, a hoodie, a jacket, a scarf hat, then a big wind block jacket. I'll tell you this. You guys want to know what's really sexy, right? And I do apologize to all the ladies in the chat who doesn't really give a fuck what's really sexy on a girl. But maybe you can use this as inspiration for your next, I don't know, outfit or whatever. So we all know what we as men find really fucking hot in girls, right? Summer dresses. Who doesn't like a summer dress? Yeah. Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots. Who doesn't fucking love that? Yeah. Everyone likes that. A nice pair of jeans. But in wintertime, a girl dressed all snuggly and shit. Bro. That is fucking super hot. If you have a hot chick in the wintertime and she's got like nice jacket, she's really dressed for the heat, that is hot. What does what mean, Andy? Lockdog, I don't know what that means, though. You belong in Northern Florida? Why is that, Disciple? Dude, girls with oversized hoodies? It's just... oversized hoodies, you mean your hoodie, right? Because it is different. It just hits different. If you just see a normal girl, right, marching around with an oversized hoodie, you'd say, wait, she clearly doesn't know her size. Or maybe she was fat and now she's lost a lot of weight. Right? Maybe you'd congratulate her on the amount of weight she's lost. But if it's your hoodie that your girl is wearing, that hits different on every fucking level. Eastern European chicks are best. The problem with that argument, hey man, how you doing, bro? No one belongs in Northern Florida. Why is that, hey man? The problem with that argument, right, saying Northern European girls are best, or European girls are best in general, is at that very same moment, should you not also say that a lot of American girls are best, or a lot of South African girls are best? Because South Africa and America are both founded, for the most part, by Europeans. So most of the girls in America, most of the girls in South Africa would hit the same as European girls. Korean and Japanese girls are best. Again, this is where I would argue that I think so I have a problem with any argument that says that a girl from this area is best or a girl from that area is best. Because I guarantee you, if we go to Japan or Korea right now, yeah, there will be a lot of girls that you would go, no. Let's go have a drink. I would need about 10 just to approach this girl, right? Now, I'm not saying having a preference is wrong. If you have a preference for Asian girls, that's obviously different. But then at the same time, your preference wouldn't be, I like all Asian girls. It would just be that you prefer beautiful Asian girls to beautiful any other girl, right? Or maybe you have a preference for black girls or white girls or fucking, I don't know, aliens. Whatever the fuck your preference is, it's not all of them, right? No, but Sylvanas is not a race on her own, right? Sylvanas is best. Everyone knows that. Sylvanas is like literally bagels at that point. Lollipop, how you doing? If it breathes, walks, and has vagina, it's good enough. Holy shit. You fucking degenerate cunt. The bigger the ass, the better. Grace the matter. For some people, it really is. Some people just really doesn't have a preference. And that's fine too. Like, fucking like what you like, but I do not necessarily think, the point I was trying to make is, I don't think you can say Japanese girls and Korean girls are best. Because I guarantee you, we will find Japanese girls and Korean girls that you would go, ooh, no, I'm not going to do that. Let's go home. Pretty sure, right? The same with people that say Russian girls are best. Guaranteed, there's going to be Russian girls that you're going to go, no, this is not what I want. I don't want this. I'm just gonna go chill over here and wait for another girl to fucking enter the room. Russian girls are all 10s and 1s. I believe that's true for the whole world. Was South African, and man, the accent was hot. Far Dragon, how you doing? I guess so. For me, the South African accent is just something I've heard. Right, and it's fine to me, so I don't find that accent pretty hot. For me, there's some American accents that's really fucking banging. Irish, British, Australian, on a girl, not on a guy. Sorry, Australian guys, but as on a guy, the Australian accent is pretty fucking wank. On a girl, hot as balls. Right, there's some French girls, French accents, really fucking hot. Actually, a lot of European countries, that English accent that they've got going on is sort of hot, but I don't really have a single accent that I prefer over all the others. Russian girl, fight bear, crush enemies in mighty battle for Mother Russia. Dude, I think you'd be surprised how few Russian girls would actually fight a fucking bear. Or Russian in general would fight a bear. Long Island chicks, accent's awesome. Embracing the facial structures from that part of the world. Sign me up. At this point, I'm not wanting by looks. I want a woman that likes the same things I do and isn't a controlling cunt. Wow. Southern accent is best. Elodie, for girls or guys? Stefan, how you doing, bro? French accent and girls is 10 out of 10. French accent and guys is 3 out of 10 for me. I mean, again, same thing. French accent on a guy is just like, oh, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Just speak normal English. We all know Russians and bears are one and the same. They're best friends. You think so? There's a French that speak proper English, but with some accent. The accent, I think the reason so many people love the French accent in English is because it does refine English, sort of, right? My English accent is cute. I listen to a recording of myself and think, what a cunt. Look, the fact is, you never like the sound of your own voice, right? No one likes the sound of their own voice. And the reason for it is, you always sound higher and more nasal when you listen to yourself. This is just fact, right? You're listening to your own voice on a recording will always make it sound higher and more nasal than what it actually is. So I would say listening to yourself speak is not a good way of figuring out what your accent is. There is no good way. What I know for a fact is that my accent's completely fucking broken. That I know, right? For Aureus, I genuinely don't know why. I don't know why, but I do know that in college, when we were sort of preparing for our singing exams, we had to listen back to all of our recordings. Apocalypse, how you doing, bro? We had to listen back to all of our recordings and choose the best one to go into post-production. And a lot of people were complaining. And then the professor actually explained, but I didn't listen. They did explain what happens. It's something to do with, first of all, the memory of your own voice and the fact that the recording of your own voice doesn't sound exactly like your mind believes you should sound. And so there's an autocorrection that happens within your mind. And that's where that comes from. So your mind is basically correcting what it thinks your voice should sound like based on what it hears when you speak. But now remember, when your brain listens to you speak, it's all happening literally inside your mouth and vibrating up into your ear. So that's how you hear yourself speak. You don't hear yourself speak by the sounds coming out here and making its way around to your fucking ear, right? So it just hits different, and then your brain changes it, so to speak. But yes, singing exams. I studied drama and singing in college. I literally studied to be an actor, and then I fucked off when I was done. Your voice through your drum skull, so it sounds different. Yeah, but then when you hear your voice, like actually hear your voice, that changes things. Luna, I can sing. Yes, I haven't sung in a very long time, but I can sing. Sadly, I can't play the song for you guys, but I have linked it in Discord before. I've linked some of my songs in Discord before. That was recorded properly and not me just fucking around on YouTube. So let's just see here. We'll go into... I'll link it to you guys right now. For those of you that want to hear it. Yeah, I did link it before. Where am I gonna link this? Let's do it in media. Alright. In media, if you go to Discord right now and you go to the media channel, I will link one of my songs there and you can fucking hear me sing. I did another recording on YouTube, but that fucked up completely. This was like a couple of years ago for 1,000 subscribers. I recorded a song. The problem was, at that time, I knew nothing about singing or making my own sounds, like making my own songs. So I just listened to the song and sang it and recorded all of it together without realizing there's an actual delay that happens, right? And so I sound completely off key because I'm literally, my voice is delayed in this, so my voice and the song is not in sync with one another. I didn't know that at the time. I knew nothing at the time. I'm just looking for it now. Hold up. Series. Music. Family music. Alright. You have 5 songs that you can choose from. This was years ago, by the way, as well. Carry You Home, Creep, Lady in Red, Losing My Religion, Set the Fire to the third floor, to the third bar. Which one do you want me to link? No, it's not in Afrikaans. I've never sung in Afrikaans. Went through chorus all through school, and I still refuse to listen to myself sing. I've heard myself talking and just nope. Losing My Religion. Alright, someone wants third bar. Some people want Losing My Religion. So I'll do both for you. I'll do both. Alright. Dropping it in there. And then that too. You guys can give it a listen in your own fucking time. And then you can let me know how bad I am. Link all of them. No, I'll link one more. My favorite of this is Creep. Creep is my favorite one. Thank you, Freaky or Fatty Boom Boom. I didn't have those songs. I did not have those songs. Eminem, just don't give up. Don't give a fuck. If you can't hear Losing My Religion anymore, not since it is played at my aunt's funeral. Oh shit, Apocalypse. Yeah, I can understand why that would not be a fun thing to listen to. Yeah, that's me. That is me. This was years ago though, so my voice obviously became a lot lower since then. Lucky Bro, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Man, I didn't get into, like, there was legit a process to getting into university as a singer. So obviously I did have some talent, otherwise they wouldn't have let me in. They would have said, no, fuck you. You're not coming in, you can't sing. So I did have some talent. I wouldn't say I had all the talent. Clearly, I don't do it anymore. But I could fucking at least hold a note, I suppose. I'm taking a chat dead quiet because everyone's listening to the fucking song now. Worst time to link a song in the middle of a stream. Ian saying it's in Discord in the media channel. I would say our musicians are actually pretty good. Apocalypse. We still have those musicians. Like, if you're a musician in South Africa, you actually have to be able to sing. Daily, it's really super good. Okay, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Cask, as soon as we're done with the discussion, we'll be jumping into Valheim. Remember, this is how it works now during the streams. We first start off with a bit of a discussion. We hang out a bit, and then we do it. When exactly are you planning on starting singing again? Luna, probably never. That's yeah, probably never. I don't know, it just doesn't speak to me anymore. The style of that song reminds me of Johnny Cash. Oh, Johnny Cash is such a fucking amazing artist, dude. Such an amazing artist, Jesus. Yeah, I might sing a little song, man. That's Hi Kimi with makeup too. I just don't like. Singing doesn't do what it used to do for me, and I don't really know why. I spoke about this some months ago on the Shill Show. Bro, I don't know if it's still there, but there's a bar in Scotland that has my picture on the wall from when I was in the UK in like 2004 or 2004, 2005. My picture was on the wall there because I moved to this village in Scotland, worked at this hotel, and every Friday night there was karaoke night at the local pub, and I won like I think 6 months in a row. Every Friday I won the fucking karaoke. So they put up my my picture, Traxer, thank you for the follow. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, I've done that. I don't think South Africa has that many karaoke bars, to be fair. Apocalypse, I do not remember the name of the pub. I can tell you that the bar that I was, or the hotel that I was working at, was the Hilton Craig and Darragh. That was the hotel that I was working at, the Hilton Craig and Darragh. Super Satan, thank you very much for the follow. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Replaying the song. I'm not even focused on the stream. My personal favorite would be Set the Fire to the Third Bar or Creep. That would be my personal favorites. In Creep, I nearly lost my balls going so high. Because at that point, my voice was... I was all throughout primary school and high school, I was actually soprano. I wasn't even tenor. I was higher than tenor. I was actually soprano. And then right after high school, as soon as I started college, my voice started dropping lower and lower. So I eventually got to baritone, which I'm at now pretty healthily at a baritone level. Lost My Religion is the type of song you'd listen in your car in the evening, middle of nowhere, just relaxing while smoking. I just binge watched like 10 of your videos while working. Traxer, thank you very much. Really fucking appreciate that, dude. I hope you enjoyed them. Well, if you binge watched them, then obviously you did. Thank you so much for that, dude. What a pleasant surprise. Thank you for sharing, Akalon. I really enjoyed that. It is my absolute pleasure. The insane god. It is my absolute pleasure. I'm not ashamed of singing once or singing. I just don't find any joy in it anymore. It used to be my mum's thing, right? So I was fucking 4 or something when I started singing, and it was all my mum. So when she passed, it was just like, I don't know, for some reason it just all died out with her. Classically trained fine artist. I really messed up my back in 2006, and it's not been easy since. Oh, GP, I'm so sorry to hear that. For the secret talents? My biggest talent is sitting here talking shit with you guys. I would say that's my biggest talent. That's the talent that I'm most proud of. Is that I can talk shit with the best of them. So how's everyone's day been? Before we get into anything else, I want to hear it. There are 76 of you. What's your day been like? What have you guys been doing? Have you just woken up? Where the fuck are you in the world? Do you have a good day planned if your day is still fucking early? I love your shit. Shit talking. Been addicted to your videos for months now. Insane God, thank you very much. Really appreciate that, dude. Lazy, ain't done shit. Work. I've been working for just shy of 2 hours so far. Sun Goddess, how you doing? I should have studied for a test, but I was too lazy. It's too late now. That's how I went through college. The day before, I'm like, oh, I didn't study. Oh, well. Maybe tomorrow. Slept until 2 p.m. Elodie, where you from? In Washington State. Play the stock market. Made a little crypto driving to an island for work. Danmo, I've recently gotten into crypto. And we've just been buying into some BitTorrent crypto. Because it is cheap as fucking chips, bro. Like Bitcoin right now, or BitTorrent right now, is trading at like cents, dude. Cents. And Wall Street Bets keeps like teasing that they want to buy into BitTorrent. So if you buy like just $100 worth of BitTorrent right now, if that thing spikes, you are gonna make a fucking ton. Printing science, but much more entertaining. Oh, you do science, Nico. I'm having the last exam on uni tonight for my master's degree. I'm anxious as fuck. Oh shit. You're getting your masters in what? How can I buy those? Kaki Bro, just fucking download them. Can't you download them on Discord? You should be able to. Just grab them on Discord. You can have them. I mean, I don't own them, right? They are copyrighted to shit. So yeah. Just quickly want to see here. Give me a moment. What did I want to... Oh, I just recently bought into... So I've got, at the moment, I've got quite a bit of Ethereum. I've got some Bitcoin, and I've got Ripple, which is the three main ones that I've sort of invested in. And then, of course, I've got like over 200, almost 200,000 BitTorrents. So if that thing just spikes, like legit, if BitTorrent spikes to $2, I have $400,000. Just like that. It just needs to go to $2 per BitTorrent, and I've got $200,000 or $400,000. If it goes to $10, I'm fucking rich, right? So yeah, I bought like very little. Balmoral Bar, Apocalypse. I'm pretty sure the name should have changed by now. I genuinely do not know what the name is of the bar. I know the village that we were in. I can't remember the name of the village, but it was about an hour's bus ride from Aberdeen, right? So if you leave Aberdeen, you're at the you're literally, you leave Aberdeen, you get to the village, and I remember you drive up towards the Hilton Craig and Darragh, right? It's like way up into almost on the mountain, but the last corner before you leave the village, the bar was on that corner. That's what I remember. Apocalypse, this was fucking years ago, dude. This was almost 20 years ago at this point. Almost. Not quite, but almost. Those bits in Discord, I'm really confused. Exactly, what bits in Discord? I'm a kitty, how you doing? Those you talked about? I mean, it's in the Discord right now where you listen to it. I'm pretty sure you can download it from there. Can't you? Yeah. If you go to Discord in the media channel, you just hit the... You literally just hit the fucking... there's like a button there to download the songs. Ballater. Why doesn't that sound familiar? Wait. I'm gonna have to fucking... Hold up. I'm not gonna have to go to the map to see which village, if something sparks something. All right, here we go. For some reason, I remember, but in my mind, I remember going down, not up. I remember entering Aberdeen because I came from London to Aberdeen to get this job. But for the fuck of me, it's like an hour outside of Aberdeen. Why can I not remember this? Peace, how you doing? Akan, just a thought. What if the Shadowlands once were one big continent? Then Order or Purpose came in and split up the whole continent and arranged the whole thing. Portals and Ouroboros, Zuval opposed, something happened, and thus he became the jailer in the mall. Well, the only thing that would probably disagree with that, or with that argument, or with that speculation, would be the fact that there's no the book that we get while we're doing the final quest in the Necrolord campaign tells us about the pathways of the first ones, and that those pathways are the very things that connect the different realms to one another. So really the first ones are supposed to be the people who did it, right? They're supposed to be the people who sort of broke the world apart then. Also, there's no indication that they were once one big place. I mean, it's entirely possible. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it doesn't look like they were one big place once. I'm gonna have to go on a bit of a fucking... on a bit of a search If I'm gonna find out where exactly, because now I'm sort of starting to doubt whether it was the Hilton Craig and Darroch or a different Hilton. Because I remember my friend told me it's the Hilton Craig and Darroch, but now I'm starting to think Hilton hotels near Aberdeen. Fuck it. Let's see. How many Hilton hotels is there near Aberdeen? None of those three look. There's probably millions of fucking Hilton hotels in Scotland, right? I know that it was close to Balmoral Castle. Like, the hotel that we were working at was very close to Balmoral Castle. The Queen Summer Castle, wherever the fuck that is. Like, this was very, very close to Balmoral Apocalypse. Like, people could take tours from the hotel. People would take tours to Balmoral. There's so much more than just the building in there. Does it sound strange when I say that Oribos looks like a weapon for me when you take the Animas view? Sun Goddess, not at all. Not at all. Whether or not it's a weapon that actually destroys or a weapon that actually... Dragon Darroch in Ballater, Aberdeenshire. Alright. So it is the right one then. Okay, then it is the Hilton Craig and Darroch. I need to see the layout of the village, because this was a small village. It was like 3,000 people living there. But anyway, Sun Goddess, back to your point that you were making. I don't know if it's a weapon that's actually meant to destroy things, though. It could have been just a weapon in that it was used to keep certain things underpowered or without power at all. Does that make sense? Because I get what you're talking about. You sort of think to yourself, it could very easily be almost like a cannon that could shoot out a beam of some sort if needs be. Now, I don't know if that is necessarily what it is. Hold up, let me see what Apocalypse linked here. Yeah, this is... The bolt style is definitely familiar to me. The build style is like every house had this same build style, this exact build style here. This looked so familiar to me. It was just opposite. So Apocalypse, the picture you just sent me, like I'll show you guys. It on the opposite side of it was like a park, like not a park, but like a town square almost, with like grass and stuff in the middle. Because the hotel was huge. I remember the hotel in my mind being bigger than this, so I'm thinking this is the bar. And as you go south in the village, you've got Verlarg on the corner, then round to the Keller. I don't remember the Keeler at all, but I do remember every Saturday, the farmers from around the village would come into the town square and they'd have like this big, like, I don't know, farmers market type of thing, where they'd sell all sorts of goodies and treats and shit. Every Saturday that would happen, and then afterwards everyone would go to the bar or the pub, which was literally just on the other corner of the park. Just a thought, but what keeps the Forsaken reanimated? In Warcraft 3, when the Lich King lost power, Illidan's magic, many undead in Lordaeron disintegrated and many others gained free will. Now the Alkay is gone, as well as the Helm. What powers them? Why aren't they disintegrating or something? The zombie is outlasting the necromancer, is what I'm saying. Mr. Noodle Pie, so the disintegrating ones, I think, were ones who their own, like, they were so damaged upon reanimation, So the argument there would just be that without the power of the Lich King, their bodies couldn't last. And remember, Arthas raised different types of undead, right? Arthas raised an undead army that was loyal only to him. And they existed because he existed. That's why they existed. But not all of them were made that way. So the Forsaken of Lordaeron weren't made that way. Safe to say your picture be gone. Killer is fine dining. Gastropub now. And Darrochlair is a B&B. Yeah, so probably gone. This was a pub. Just a normal, everyday fucking Scottish pub where people would be pissed out of their heads every single fucking night. Because the village had nothing else. It was literally one village, and I believe it had 2 pubs. We never went to the other pub. We always just went to the pub here on the corner because it was the cheapest one. You could get like, I think 3 pints for a pound or some shit like that. So yeah, that was the one we were always hitting up. Nusa, how you doing? So I don't think so. I've made this video before, right, Mr. Noodle? In my opinion, everything we've been told about the Lich King is a lie. The fact that we must always have a Lich King is a complete lie to me. It's a fib. Because to me, right, here's the problem. The Scourge are said to be mindless. They're said to, without direction from a Lich King, they are literally just fucking mindless zombies walking around, not really bothering everyone. So the idea that the Scourge would overrun Azeroth if there wasn't a Lich King, that's bullshit. Because they wouldn't. They're stuck, for the most part, the vast majority of undead is stuck on Northrend. There's entire oceans between them and the rest of the world. So they would most likely never even reach Eastern Kingdoms or Kalimdor for that matter. Not even to mention the fact that it's the very creation of the Lich King that made the first Scourge. So you have a better chance of defeating the Scourge without a Lich King than you have with. Because again, here we get to the whole, when you are Scourge with a Lich King, there's an actual entity, a sentient being making decisions on your behalf. The plague, for example, it wasn't the Scourge that spread the plague. It was the masters of the Scourge that spread the plague. So without a master, what would the Scourge really do? Like, legit, what would they do? They would just walk on villages and we would just slay them, right? Truffle Shuffle, how are you doing? Things asking what powers the Forsaken to remain alive. Well, they're alive, right? Because they were raised by necromancy. So necromancy it wouldn't disappear just because the necromancer disappeared. Some would have, and maybe we never even saw those, right? The ones that died. Mike, how you doing, by the way, right? Some maybe disappeared, and we just never saw the ones that disintegrated. But the ones that's alive right now is similar to those of Lordaeron. Only they have nothing of their minds left. So they're just mindless Scourge running around, doing absolutely nothing. That said, though, there's a reasonable argument to make here that the Morsworn is in control of the Forsaken right now. Right? There is an argument right now that the Morsworn is in control. Just look at how much power it took to raise Sylvanas the first time. Temporary raising of date takes less power magic. It's important to note that the sentient Forsaken keep themselves going by replacing their decaying body parts. Current Forsaken are being raised by the Valkyrie. Current Forsaken they were being raised by the Valkyrie. Yes, under Sylvanas' rule, the Valkyrie was sort of raising more undead for her. But now that Sylvanas is with the Jailer, I'm pretty sure no one is raising new undead, of course, unless of course the Morsworn has made their way to Northrend and is now going fucking nuts in Northrend, right? Raising more and more undead. I would love to visit the UK. Just found out recently I'm 92% British. Disrupt, how you doing, bro? Since Frostmourne was a weapon of the Jailer, is it his power that might be keeping all the undead and Azeroth alive, Forsaken and Scourge alike? If so, If he dies, what happens to the undead? Well, again, we don't really know if it's the power that keeps them alive. For some Forsaken, the power of the Jailer or the power of the Lich King may have been the very thing that kept them alive. But for others, we know that's not true, right? For others, they are alive regardless of whether or not they're under the control or given power by the Lich King. Point in fact, the Forsaken. The Forsaken doesn't require the Lich King or the Jailer to survive. So I think it really depends on levels of Forsaken. So whichever level you were created at, if you were created as cannon fodder, there's a good chance that without a Lich King, you just died. But if you were created to be sort of part of the army and part of the second or third wave, then most likely you could survive without the power of the Necromancer. The original raising was enough to keep you alive. I haven't missed any Emerald Dream talk. No. We haven't started the discussion yet. We'll start the discussion soon. Kylie K, how are you doing? Have you by any chance managed to read my theory about Primus that I mentioned yesterday? Lockdog, I have not yet. I've not yet. In which channel did you say it was, Lockdog? I do apologize, guys. Fucking time is never my friend. And if you post stuff in the lore channel, it is purely by accident that I fucking see it. Lore media, can we put it in there? Lore media. Okay, hold up. Let me quickly see. Wait, this is already today? You posted it yesterday, right? Yesterday during stream, so I should go up. Rubber Fox. Did you tag me in it? Lockdog. Did you tag me? Someone asked me, is the mushroom guy? I saw your post, Dragon Wolf. I saw that post. What you're saying there. I saw that. What if the normal person who they say would have less anima is what we get as mindless, because it takes less to raise them, but someone who is stronger, aka more anima, needs more power to be raised. I mean, that's entirely possible, right? Okay, so it's Kamikins that wrote it here. Let me quickly see. Oh, Lockdog, sorry about that. Yeah, no links. I don't know if you wrote something wrong. But Dragon Wolf, just to your point there, it still boils down to the same thing as I said in my speculation theory, right? Wait, why did you time him out for 600 seconds? Tasty, or was that a misclick? Can you remove the timeout from Lockdog, please? So Dragon Wolf, just to answer your question, I found the post, Apocalypse, or is this something else that you linked me? Yeah, I have the post here. We'll go through it now. I just want to talk to Dragon Wolf, to his theory quickly. So Dragon Wolf, to your theory or to what you just said there, it's the exact same. So it boils down to the same thing. We are told that the Winter Queen created Ardenweald. She is the creator of Ardenweald. Marasmius stated very differently, right? Marasmius doesn't state that the Winter Queen created Ardenweald, but that he and the Winter Queen was there first. They were alone there. So we have conflicting information. Right? That's the big problem, I believe, that we have, that I at least have with this, is that why the conflicting information? So I'm assuming this is the one you're talking about, right, Lockdog? This post from Kamikins. Alright, let's go through it. Hey Ziyang, now that you mentioned that I wanted some, now that you mentioned that I wanted to run something by you. I was playing Maldraxxus campaign and noticed something in the Primus's message when he says, "I am the Primus. Your presence within my sanctum means a darkness has fallen upon Maldraxxus and all the realms of death. Ages ago, the Eternal Ones punished our brother Zuval for his treachery. The way he says our brother Zuval is speaking to other characters from Maldraxxus. He is speaking to other characters from Maldraxxus, meaning this message is meant first to be seen by someone from Maldraxxus and then to be delivered to the Archon." Houseman, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the Fat Fuckers Club. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Maldraxxus is then to be delivered to the Archon, the Winter Queen, and the Sire. Bring my warning to the Archon, the Winter Queen, and the Sire. They must see to our defenses. This means that when he said our brother, he meant our Maldraxxi brother. That would imply that Zuval is originally from Maldraxxus, and that's why that Archon, Winter Queen, and Sire don't call him brother. When Primus says this, there is but one hope to save the Shadowlands. The Eternal Ones must stand together once more before the Jailer escapes the maw. It could seem that Archon, Winter Queen, and Sire aren't Eternal Ones because in what context he mentions them. They should see to our defenses. Why would they see to the defenses if they really are Eternal Ones? In my opinion, Archon, Winter Queen, and Sire are something like Titan Keepers or right hand of the Eternal Ones, because with how Primus is speaking about rest of them, it seems that they should prepare defenses to last long enough until the Eternal Ones come and again imprison defeat Zuval. Interesting fucking thought. Mali, thank you very much for the follow. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Interesting thoughts. Council, what do you guys make of this? What does the lore council make of this? Yeah, I'll go through the rest of the text in a second. Lockdock, don't worry about that. I'm not going to stop there. I just want to get a feel for what the rest of the council thinks. Because this is pretty good. I'm not saying I agree with all of it, but because he could still be saying our brother. Because remember, his sword didn't open to someone of Maldraxxus. It opened specifically to a mortal. So I don't think it necessarily has to mean that he knew that the message would come to someone from Maldraxxus, right? Man like Taz, thank you for the follow. Really fucking appreciate that. War Dragon, thank you so much for the Prime sub, dude. Really fucking appreciate that. 6 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Could be that he is not native to the Shadowlands also. I mean, that is possible. Why only a mortal? Because that's what the Primus foresaw. The Primus foresaw that the Jailer will destroy the veil between life and death. And then mortals will finally make their way into the Shadowlands, right? Every single Maldraxxi ever appears in front of that pillar where the Primus judges them, so to speak. When we appeared in front of it, the Primus told us that he's expected us. He knows that we were coming. And then the pillar breaks and finally we have this blade from the Primus, right, that we now have to rebuild. So the Primus clearly knew that this was coming. He clearly knew that this was going to happen. Just as likely than not, she's more advanced, more powerful, and different than typical Forsaken. But you have to be Maldraxxus to find the sword. No one knew that sword was hidden in a stone pillar. Yes, but also the stone pillar only reacted to a mortal. To everyone else, it would just be a normal judgment, right? That's it. It would just be a normal judgment. But for some reason, it broke when we arrived. Now, it could also be that the Primus saw something entirely different, right? We could make the argument here, and based on what you're saying, based on the theory that you just came up with here, we could say that the brothers that the Primus is referring to is him, the Jailer, and Azeroth. That's why the pillar responded to us. VIP Lockdog, not for this post, but for his top tier meme material. Oh yeah, I should actually fucking do that. Yeah, should actually do that. No, why is it not fucking popping up? Are you serious? Lockdog 93. There you go. Lockdog, welcome to the VIP of the channel. I still think the easy answer is the right one. Pantheon of Death, they are all brothers, but they do not all view the jailer as their brother. Sire serves the jailer. He basically views the jailer as a master, right? As his master. The problem with that is, and also when Sire Anathria speaks about the jailer, the only time he doesn't refer to him simply as Death, he calls him our friend grows impatient. I like this theory. I do enjoy this theory because I think this theory could definitely answer some questions. And when the Winter Queen said this is of my sister, this would mean that she could have been speaking about Freya. If she is just a construct of the original Eternal Ones, then she would be, she would be on the level of Freya. The problem is they themselves view themselves as Eternal Ones. This is where this theory maybe runs into a few problems. They themselves view themselves as Eternal Ones. There is but one hope to save the Shadowlands. The Eternal Ones must stand together once more before the Jade escapes them more. Primus, only context he mentions them. They should see to our defenses. Okay, so rest of the text. Same way Order Titans done their work, they leave their keepers to do the work and go into Great Dark Beyond to do other things. If this turns out to be somewhat or outright true, it would give explanation to theory that Freya is sister of Winter Queen. Good job there. Because Aenar, through her, gave powers to Ysera. Plus, Freya created Emerald Dream, but there is speculation that Emerald Dream existed prior to the arrival of the Titan's Keepers, same way Winter Queen done her thing in Autumnweald. What if the Primus, Zuval, Sire, Winter Queen, and Archon are actually keepers of much powerful beings, the true Eternal Ones, and one of the Eternal Ones could be the Arbiter? Same could be said about the Purpose, with how Acolytes speak about it as if the Purpose is an entity. If Runecarver doesn't turn out to be the Primus, maybe then Primus actually went to call rest of the Eternal Ones. Is the eldest of the Eternal Ones. So, what do you guys think of this theory? Of the Eternal Ones, he is their brother, but the others have basically disowned him, and that is why they don't call him brother. The fact that they don't, like, as I said, again, with Sire, the way that Sire Anathrius speaks about the jailer, and the way that Sire Anathrius act around the jailer, to me suggests that they are 100%, he is a subordinate. He's not a brother. He's not family. Now, I do like this theory because it would be central to how the Titans tend to do their things. The Titans didn't stay on Azeroth to make sure that Azeroth kept working, right? The Titans simply ordered Azeroth, created their prisons, and then left their keepers to do the fixing. But the statue of the Primus and Runecarver have different number of fingers, makes me think they are not the same being. Drakbane, they don't have different amounts of fingers. They do not have different amounts of fingers. I'm gonna have to show you, right? Because you're not gonna believe me unless I show you. No worries, I'll show you quickly. Hold up. I will show you why it's entirely wrong. Like, a lot of people believe this, and a lot of people are very wrong. There are two statues. There are two statues inside Maldraxxus of the Primus, and one of them has 4 fingers. You're correct, but the other has all 5 fingers, and the other looks exactly like the Runecarver. Like, actually, both of them look exactly like the Runecarver, except for one of them has 4 fingers. But what people need to remember, it is a statue. Statues are not always exactly lifelike, yeah? So in order for this to work, we have to first travel back. We have to first travel back. We'll make our way back. Don't worry. I'm gonna show you now which one to look at. So you know which statue you were referring to first. We'll look at that one as well, but I want to show you this one so you can see who the Primus actually is. Alright, here we go. Normally, although, giant rat guy, the limbs doesn't have to be. We have statues here that has no limbs. And I know for a fact that the first president of South Africa had arms and legs. Yet the statue of him shows no arms and legs, just a head. So, you know. It's funny that the Primus is not shown on the load screen. But the Nathras of all and the Arbiters are. True. It's a fucking statue. It's made out of rock and shit. It's a fucking statue. No, obviously I'm making a joke. But I'll show you what this statue looks like, and then you can see the cradle of statues. Alright, look at this. This is the Primus, right? This is legit the Primus. He's sitting right there. This is the Primus. 5 fingers. See that? Thumb, fingers, that side, thumb, fingers. And this is the Primus. This is legitimately the seat of the Primus. And he's got 5 fingers right there. Now, I know the statue that you're referring to, right? Quickly make our way up there. You're referring to this one. You're referring to this statue right here that only has 4 fingers. But the problem is we have another statue outside that I just showed you that has all 5. So there's every reason to believe that this statue was probably either made with just 4 fingers because, you know, whatever. Doesn't really matter, right? Because this statue is meant to protect rather than reflect the Primus. It's meant to protect the world, right? What do you mean they don't look alike? You realize they have different helms, but the face is a fucking helm, giant rat guy. I hate to break this to you, but for example, this helm, right, that I have on right now, yeah? See this helm that my character is wearing? That's not actually my helm. So if I change my transmog, you would say, hey, that's not Akalon. That's a whole different person. They don't even look alike. It's a fucking helm, right? The fact is, I believe that everything lines up for the Primus to be the Rune Carver. I'm not saying it is 100% true. I might be completely wrong. Of course I can be. I don't mind being completely wrong. But I do believe that it's just weird to me. The Primus is said to be a master smith, right? The Primus is said to be a master smith. And then somehow, there's 2 of them. The Rune Carver is also a master smith. No, Nathrazima, 4 fingers. Don't they have 5? This is going to reveal that the Primus is the Rune Carver. Game, how you doing, bro? I agree with you. I think they are going to reveal exactly that. But we'd have to do a search quickly here for... Pretty sure they have 5 fingers, but I could be wrong. No, they do have 4. Based on what I'm seeing here, they do have 4. Yep. Based on the pictures, at least, they do have only 4. So does this hand look similar? Does this hand look similar to this one? Because I see some resemblances there. So let's zoom in as much as we fucking can. There's the hand of the Primus, right? And then if we bring up the website again, there's the hand of the Nathrazim. The HAL makes 100% sense there. You're right, because those would be horns, correct? Why would a Skullface guy that the jailer kidnapped not be missing Primus from Skullface land? What if Sire Denathrius was... Because he's meant to be... His original title... So the original title of Lord Denathrius was the Lord of Dread. That's what he was called. The Lord of Dread. It said to you while you're doing the campaign in fucking Revendreth, right? She says... who's her name? The Accuser. The Accuser says, you're a shame to the Lord of Dread. You used to be known as the Lord of Dread, but even your punishment or something like that, right? His original name is the Lord of Dread. What if the Primus made Sire Denathrius? Then Lockdock's theory is true. Everything that Lockdock wrote here is 100% true. The Archon, the Winter Queen, and Sire Denathrius is creations. When we uncover OG Primus is captured by Zaval, that would explain why Modrax has never reacted to assist Bastion and Autumnwield. Another point for me. Check. Oh my god. If you're right on this... If you're right on this, Lockdock, do you realize how much it changes the speculation landscape? Do you have any idea how much this changes the landscape of speculation? Because, so something that has bothered me for a long time is the sheer size of the Winter Queen and of the Archon and of Sire Denathrius. Now, I know that they can change their size, but why are they also so fucking scared of Zuval? Because they're not just a little scared of Zuval. They are fucking almost petrified of him. Yeah, they are literally, they know that they will lose. They know that there is no way to win. If he gets free, it's fucking over. They will not stop him. Sire Denathrazim? No, it might not be their real size, but it could very easily be. If what Lockdog is saying here is true, then it changes everything. It changes the entire speculation landscape. Because suddenly, the Winter Queen, the Archon, and Sire Denathrius is legitimately constructs. They are keepers. They're not eternal ones. But Heart of the Forest keeps Zuval at bay. Other than that, she is in big trouble. Well, she states this, right? If the Heart of the Forest fails and Zuval gets free, they lose. 100%. There's nothing they can do to stop it. It isn't until Prince Ranithal says, well, maybe we can stop him, right? Maybe we can stop him with the help of the mortals, that she goes, okay, yeah, maybe we have a chance with the help of the mortals. Maybe we have a chance. So without us, they would legitimately not be able to stand against Zuval. Or scared of a Void-dominated universe? That doesn't make him weaker than the Void Lords. There's every reason to believe that Titans are weaker than Void Lords. Giant rat guy. Based on everything we know about the Void Lords and everything we know about the Titans, Void Lords would most likely make quick work of a Titan. They would most likely disintegrate a Titan. In minutes. It wouldn't take them that long to kill a Titan either. Apocalypse, thank you very much for the gifted sub. Did really fucking appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Lockdog, you absolutely fucking deserve that one. Taking the seat of the Primus could be more literal, as in the skeleton sitting there is actually him, somehow bound or dead. It is possible. Look, there's no doubt in my mind that the Primus is an Eternal One. He clearly knows a shit ton, and he is very much advanced, right? In terms of his thinking and in terms of how he does things. I just can't help but think, what if Blizzard really did? What if there really is only 2 Eternal Ones, or maybe 3, with the Archon being another, the Arbiter being another one of them, right? If Death were constructed in Maldraxxus. So there's another speculation theory that we have to dive into at one point or another, and that is that Maldraxxus itself is a living being. Might only be stronger in certain environments, though, like in the Shadowlands. If they can just siphon anima, that could make them way more powerful. Just a random example regarding anima. The Void doesn't require anima because Void is nothingness, right? This is literally what it is. It is the return of nothing. And Giant Rat Guy, just to make, just to bring this point home, in the beginning there was light and there was void. Those were the only 2 things that existed in the beginning. So the fact of the matter is that the void predates the Titans by most likely millennia, if not uncountable eons. So they are far more powerful. You're plucking hairs and stuff from Maldraxxus. The Maldraxxus is a giant being of some sort. Well, there's legitimately, I can't remember who linked it to me. It's someone in the DMs. Someone DM'd me on Discord, but I genuinely can't remember who fucking DM'd me. But there's an actual screenshot in game where it calls it the bones of the Maldraxxus. It's called the bones of the Maldraxxus, and I can't fucking remember who DM'd it to me. Like, for the life of me, I can't remember who DM'd it to me. It's a grey item. Someone can just link it to me again. Yeah, Ian Bates did it on Twitter. I can probably just fucking find him on Twitter. Fine. Alright, I'll go to Twitter. I'll quickly go to Twitter here. Because I know Ian linked it, but someone DM'd me on Discord with it as well. Great shit, guy. How you doing, bro? Let's fucking quickly check here. So here you go. Let me just show you this. Carved from the very bones of the Maldraxxus, those needles are a prized output of the House of Constructs. Into flavor text from a grey item. Well, there's a lot of flavor text actually from grey items, right? I mean, Void Lords would need anima or other non-void energy, but if they can utilize it to supercharge their powers, it could sway things. I think even without anima, I don't think there's any evidence that the Void gives a shit about anima. I don't think the Void requires powering up, right? What do you think will be the last boss confirmed of the Shadowlands? Well, we always thought that it would be Zaval, but obviously more and more Blizzard have sort of backtracked on this. The last time that Blizzard spoke about who the last boss would be of the expansion, they sort of said, well, you know, this can change, so we don't really know at the moment. But I'm sort of thinking the last raid will be Ouroboros. And I have a feeling that we're going to fight the Archon. We're going to fight every single one of the Eternal Ones. It could be Zaval. It could very well be Zuval. He could be the final boss, but there might be a chance that it isn't Zuval. That we figure out that he isn't the big bad guy that we thought he was, or that they thought he was. I sort of... The fact that he's been able to change so many people to his side with just explaining to them what has happened, and the fact that Davos says inside the... What's the dungeon called again? Fuck my life. Spires of Ascension. In Spires of Ascension, Davos says, after the jailer explained to me... After he explained to me how you betrayed him, and how you've betrayed all of us, right? What betrayal and how? That's sort of the main question for me. From information we have got till now, it is said that the first thing that the first ones built in Shadowlands is Oribos and Maldraxxus. Maldraxxus looking like body of something large could give implication that first ones killed something. They're either something original from Shadowlands or some invader that they later used for landmass. Which was the video where you talk about the closed system. It's the Drust one, yeah? Yeah, in the Drust video, I touch on the closed system. The Mythican will change because they hate him. I don't think they will change, no. I think they will become enemies. We will... Not necessarily enemies. It might just be that it might be that this is going to play out exactly like we think it's going to play out, because we do have to remember that Blizzard sort of likes to just do linear storytelling. So there is a very good chance that it's going to end up exactly the way that we've all sort of known for a while now, which is the final raid has something to do with Zuval at the end, and maybe all the other bosses is involved in it, insofar as we have to rescue them. But I'm sort of always hopeful for plot twists, right? So I'm a big fan of a fucking plot twist. And I am sort of hoping that maybe we do get a plot twist of some sort. Because I think that would be fucking glorious. Imagine if on a heel, this expansion just turns, and suddenly everyone that we thought were our friends now becomes our enemies. How fucking cool would that be? Skeletal Soups, thank you very much for the follow. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The landmass could have been a champion of life that died. It's possible. Although it could just be. So this is where we get sort of into what the discussion is. Where we get into what the discussion is for tonight. The thing that I want to talk about. That I've wanted to talk about. So we are sort of getting into that, right? When we talk about the landmass and we talk about how all of this works out, I think it's interesting to note what is going on with the Emerald Dream, the Shadowlands, and reality. Now, of course, for that, I'm gonna need the Old Faithful here. I'm gonna need the Old Faithful. I believe the Winter Queen is pure evil. Yes, I genuinely believe that. So there's a couple of things. I'm actually going to use the color version for this, just to have the color version. Yes, of course it will be map time. The fuck are you doing? Giving me Pinterest bullshit. I don't care about Pinterest. Right. Let's just zoom out a little bit so I can actually get the whole fucking map on my screen. But okay, so here we go. This is your screen share here. It's not a simple Sylvanas. It's legit. The Winter Queen is fucking evil, dude. Anyone that trusts the Winter Queen is wrong. You're trusting the wrong person. 100%. Let me just quickly change this to World of Warcraft, because we're still in just chatting. The color version really is easier to read. It really is. But okay, so my original talk, the original thing that I wanted to talk about tonight was actually just the Emerald Dream. But the more I thought about it and the more we've touched on it, specifically throughout most of the Shul shows, more and more people have started to point things out. And it was really in the last Shul show that this sort of started to click, especially considering the runes that we see right here. Now, I can't fucking remember where I saved this picture, so I'm just going to do another save of it, just so I can quickly grab it. so I can zoom in and actually show things. There we go. Drux, thank you very much for the follow. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so the runes really was the final straw. Shmakazi, how you doing? The runes around here really was the final straw. We know that these runes are meant to keep things locked up. We know that these runes are meant to sort of keep things imprisoned. Now, going throughout probably 4 or 5 different shill shows, we've spent a lot of time looking at this map, and we've spent a lot of time sort of going back and forth about what the map could mean, where the map could fit in, what could be outside of this map. But one thing that for a long time escaped all of us is what lies right at the center of the map. Now, the first big problem with the center of this map is that it's literally called reality, meaning that everything outside of this is not real. Or does it only refer to us mortals? This is the mortal reality. So everything outside is a reality for a different being, not for us mortals, obviously, because we come from the great beyond. Now, the first thing to note here is that Azeroth is not actually reality. I believe that this is a signal of the great beyond itself. So it is the great beyond that is reality, and Azeroth is the one that keeps it all together. But remember Sylvanas' words. This world is a prison. If you look at the runes that encircles the entire center of the map, these are Titan prison runes. So she's not entirely wrong. Now, before you go, Akalon, it's just a map. This map was legitimately drawn by the Titans. This is their map. So this isn't a case of, oh, you know, the Titans maybe just didn't know, or maybe they just wanted to point it out or visualize it this way. This map is drawn by the Titans very specifically. Everything is put in the way that they believe it should be in, right? This is their visualization of what the universe looks like. Now, what I want you to focus on is the link. Before we start talking about the Emerald Dream and the Shadowlands, which we will definitely be talking about, I want you to focus on what we see here. We see reality. We see reality connected to the Shadowlands, connected to the Emerald Dream in the exact same way. There's, by the way, no other connection from the Emerald Dream or the Shadowlands to any of the other realms. What there is runes that we usually see when we see prisons encircling this entire closed system. This is a closed system. We've spoken about this before. We spoke about it literally the last show. This system is enclosed within itself. It's sort of a self-preservation system. No matter what any of these others do, no matter what the light, life, order, shadow, death, or disorder do, they do not affect the system. The system is closed, free from interjection. Remember what we know about the Void. It is said that the Void can't enter into our reality because there is a veil. Well, would this not be a veil, chat? Would this not qualify as a veil? Why can't the Void enter in here? Because the system is closed to them. The system was built to keep them out. But the system is obviously flawed. There's obviously major flaws within the system. So let's talk about the Emerald Dream first. What do we know about the Emerald Dream? Well, according to the Chronicles, at least 4 different people had access or maybe created it. Or 4 different groups of people created it. There's 2 people that we know for a fact is credited in almost all of those groups to being privy to its creation. That is ANR and Elune, right? Those are the 2 beings that is sort of credited the whole time as being part of its creation. But there's also rumors that suggest that the Emerald Dream was there long before they arrived. That Elune and Aenar simply ordered it, simply structured it, but it existed long before that. Now, what is the Emerald Dream? The Emerald Dream is the pristine version of Azeroth. It's the dream, so to speak, of what Azeroth would look like without any interference from outside forces. That is what the Emerald Dream is. Now, we also know that there is now a version of the Emerald Dream called the Emerald Nightmare, which is what Azeroth would look like if the Void took over. But in its basic function, the Emerald Dream is the pristine version of Azeroth. Now, according to the Chronicles, this was built by Aenar and Elune. In my opinion, and this is a video that I made fucking probably in Legion days already, I speculated that the Emerald Dream is in fact literally Azeroth's dream. Elune and Aenar had fuck all to do with the creation of the Emerald Dream. The Emerald Dream is the literal dreams of Azeroth. It is how Azeroth, the Titan, dreams creation on her own planet. She dreams it effectively into existence, which would be far more connected to the origins of Azeroth, which is Azathoth from the H.P. Lovecraft universe, where Azathoth lies at the center of the universe and physically dreams the universe. This is what Azeroth does. This is her dream. Aenar and Elune stepping in and ordering it is to ensure that Azeroth could continuously dream reality, so dream life, but if necessary, if Azeroth was to be re-originated, the dream would serve as the blueprint for rebuilding the world exactly as it was before. Why does that need to happen? Why do they need to keep the world exactly as it was before? Does anyone in chat have any ideas around this? The Emerald Dream is connected to imprison Azeroth's mind by keeping it trapped in a dream state. While the Shadowlands imprison Azeroth's power, the anima that flows through mortal beings, while the runes keep her body imprisoned inside the world. I could see it the same way, Dragonwolf. I could definitely see it the exact same way. Is there anyone in chat that has any sort of theories around why the outside of Dragonwolf's theory, anyone else wants to sort of touch on why you need to re-originate the world exactly as it was before? If the veil falls and the Void Lords invade, they need a reset button. Tracks are true, but that's not the only time they've wanted to reset it. And the question more so becomes, why do you want to reset it exactly to the way it was before? Why is that so important to you? I mean, Azeroth dreams up her own reality anyways, so she will just dream up a different one, right? I agree with Apocalypse, by the way. They are using Azeroth as a giant battery. They can't risk Azeroth dreaming different things. They can't risk Azeroth changing the landscape of the world. The world must be reset every single time exactly as it was before, so that all of their prisons, all of their engines remain intact, remain where it should be, because those engines are literally set upon the ley lines and set upon the lifelines of the planet. If Azeroth dreams a different system, it could mean that they would have to come back in order to change it again so that they can tap into those systems again. You see, because without Azeroth, their entire little experiment falls apart. Without Azeroth, the entire experiment falls apart. The Emerald Dream becomes nothing. The Shadowlands becomes nothing. You see, I don't believe that the Shadowlands is at all connected to death. Not even in the fucking slightest. The Shadowlands is a version of death that the Titans created in order to ensure that the power of anima does not go to any of these entities, so that these entities cannot get their hands on the anima. This ensures that they keep the anima to themselves. The entire system is built this way. The Shadowlands is, we're told by the Titans, right? The very Titans, the beings that's been there since the beginning. In the Chronicles, they write that they have no idea who made the Shadowlands. The Shadowlands seems to be just a place where people go when they die. Are you telling me that these great beings weren't there when everything in the Shadowlands screams order? Everything in the Shadowlands. If you watch that cinematic where what's his name? One of the attendants of the Arbiter, where he tells you in the beginning, it's the Fall of the Arbiter, I think is what it's called. Fall of the Arbiter cinematic, if I'm not mistaken. Just quickly see here. You just want the video. Here we go.
For uncounted eons, the Shadowlands.
Wait, that's fucking loud. Hold up. Let me just quickly turn this a little bit fucking down. Right? Okay. Now we should be able. Listen to what he says here. Everything in the Shadowlands screams order.
For uncounted eons, the Shadowlands was in perfect order.
This is reminiscent of the engines that we see on Azeroth. These giant structures that has one goal and one job only: to ensure that everything happens according to a purpose. So that things don't happen out of place. Everything has a reason, and they need to ensure that everything happens according to that reason. For uncounted eons, the Shadowlands was in perfect order. The Shadowlands is death. It should not have anything to do with order. If you look at the Archon, you look at the different Eternal Ones, they are exactly the spitting image of the normal Titans. Consumed by order, consumed by their own destinies, the jobs that they have, and they must do these jobs at all times. Why is the Shadowlands built this way? Why must all these souls go to one of these 4 zones? And these 4 zones enslave us for all eternity to ensure that the Shadowlands, the order within the Shadowlands, is never upset. The order must never fall. This is what Oribos's job is. And we know that Oribos was built by Titans. Literally looks like a capacitor. It does look like one giant fucking battery, so to speak. All the citizens in Oribos practically sneeze order. They go on about it so much. I mean, they just... If I told you what the Eternal Ones is in the Shadowlands, right? But I didn't give you their names. I just told you what they do. Would you not think I'm talking about the Titans? Would you not think, oh, you're probably talking about Amanthul or Aenar or... That's exactly what you think. They are the spitting image of one another. But it makes sense. It does make sense, because if you go back to the origin story of the universe, in the beginning, there was an ocean of light. That ocean of light would have been surrounded by an ocean of void. The void would have been all around the ocean of light. The ocean of light exploded outwards into the great beyond. And energy, giant, massive sources of energy, found stars of heat that they would settle nearby, and they would attract planets to them. Where does these stars come from? Where does this energy come from? It comes from the light. The Titans are nothing more than light beings. This order that they believe they have, it comes from the light. All of this comes from the light. All of this comes from the void. All of this was built to keep all of this out. This entire closed loop system, this system that we see here, was built to ensure that disorder, death, and void never make it into this. Because this, and this is all part of this. The light brings life. The light brings order. Disorder and death comes from void. MS Paint? I don't think I've ever used MS Paint. Oh, you're talking about Apocalypse wanting to bring out paint. Natural order comes from life? No, I don't think so. No, Giant Rat Guy, I genuinely don't think so. If you read the Chronicles, literally the creation of the universe, there is no chance whatsoever that the Titans were born from light. The Titans were born from light. There's literally no other way that they could have been born. Life itself was born from the light because life itself comes from the Titans. It's thanks to their stars or their energy finding places near stars to sort of settle down that life was even capable of existing in the universe. So light is the father of life and order. Void or shadow is the father of death and disorder. And this entire system here in the middle is a prison built by light to ensure that nothing ever overtakes it. But Zuval, one of the Eternal Ones, like Sargeras, realized the game is up. It's rigged. And at some point, things are going to go very, very wrong. Both of them realized it, and both of them did the same thing. They wanted to do the same thing, to destroy the system, to rip the system apart. Because this system, while yes, does offer an insane amount of power. Let's be real about that. The system does offer an insane amount of power. The system offers an insane amount of power to the other side as well. If the other side was ever to get their hands on your system, your closed loop system, you wouldn't be able to stop them. Because you've legitimately built the power the battery that would charge them. It's like the old saying, fucking hell. I'm trying to translate it to English because it's in Afrikaans, but it basically boils down to don't rejoice when your president, the president that you voted for, bans certain things, because if the president that comes in that you didn't vote for gets that same power, he will use it against you, right? That's basically what the saying boils down to. It's difficult to fucking translate directly into English. But that's basically what the jailer and Sargeras realized. It's fine now. The system works great now while life is in control of it. But should any of these other forces get their hands on it, that's not going to be as fun. And they are making headway. We know that the veil is weakening, right? Literally from the old gods themselves. The prison is weakening. What if they weren't talking about the prison of N'Zoth? What if they weren't talking about the prison of N'Zoth? What if they were talking about the prison itself, this prison? What if this prison is the one that's weakening? What if that is why Zuval and Sargeras knew that this entire system had to be brought low? Because they realized that the prison will not hold forever. At some point, the prison will give in. And then it will be hell on fucking earth. Because disorder, death, and the void will march on this system and take everything they can from it. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on this? Right, wrong? Do people agree, disagree? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I mean, the Twilight at this point is just, I would say, the mixture of the two, right? Giant Rat Guy? The Twilight, in my opinion, is very much almost the Elune. Now, someone did bring up an interesting theory the other day of Elune, which I found really fun, and that is that Elune is, someone basically told me that what if the light, right? What if all the first ones were once light lords? All of them came from the light. But what happens after a while to light? It turns to void, right? So some of the light lords became void lords as they lost their way, or as the war waged on. They eventually lost the energy that made them light, and they became void lords. So you have the light lords and you have the void lords. And what if Elune is literally stuck in that transition? So she's neither a light lord anymore, nor is she a void lord. She lands somewhere in the middle of this. The dimmer knob broke off. Pretty much, Foreman. Digit, yes. Very much like the Jedis that was exiled. We know that light and shadow does a cycle, right? We also know that the void considers the light brothers and sisters that simply lost their way and that will return to their masters in time. Right? This is well-known stuff. In case of Anna's moves make more sense, which I still think she went about in the wrong way, and I still don't like her. I'd say that both sides of this cosmic war are in the wrong, though, and we don't know what will happen when the cycle is broken. It could mean the end of everything. That could be a lie, though, but yes. BRB, alright, did you see in a bit? Did disrupt, you can't have one without the other. No, you can't have one without the other. The difference is the light views the void as an enemy, as a monster, as something that should be defeated. It is Xal'atath that tells us that they do not share that view. They view the light only as brothers and sisters who have lost their way, and that will return to the masters in time. We know that that's true because the light does view the void as monsters. We know this. We've been told this. Right? The light hates the void, but the light seems to hate everyone that doesn't agree with them. So that does sort of make sense. A half-truth? I don't trust the bitch. Alright, Giant Rat Guy, I will say to you what I've said to everyone when it comes to this. You either believe everything Xal'atath says, or you believe nothing that Xal'atath says. Until such time that we have confirmation on what was lies and what wasn't. The problem with going, no, that's not true, is it becomes a nitpicking battle. Whenever you find whispers that prove your theories, those are the right whispers. And when you find whispers that disprove your theories, no, clearly those are lies. That's why I have always gone, I believe everything Xal'atath says to me. I know that there's most likely lies there, and there's most likely half-truths, but because I don't know what those half-truths or lies might be, I have to believe all of it, or I have to believe none of it. Those are the two options you have. You either believe everything Xal'atath says, or you believe nothing that Xal'atath says. I've come to the belief that the first ones are the WoW equivalent to Diablo's first Nephilim children of Inarius and Lilith. Rathma, this is an interesting idea, Jagassi. Rathma and the like, they were allowed to keep all the secrets that were scrubbed from mortal minds. I would not mind that at all, because I don't like the idea of the first ones being the first ones that was created, and so to speak, gods, if you will. So I do like the idea that they were simply the first ones who were sort of enlightened, if you will. We can see a pattern. Light calls void monsters. The Night Queen calls Zuval a monster. Traxxer, I would say that it's a bit of a risky pattern, but I would agree that there is a pattern to it. Convert to my beliefs or cease existing? Exactly. The shifty one. I agree. I would fit into the Greek vibe where the gods usurp the titans. Its surface blazes bright, masking shadows below. And more was heavy Greek, has heavy Greek vibes. To be fair, the whole of the Shadowlands has heavy Greek vibes. But that's true for the titans as well. I mean, you literally have the river Styx in the fucking Shadowlands. You legit have the river Styx in the Shadowlands, so it is as Greek mythological as it comes, right? I rarely challenge to be right. It's mostly about feeding the spec, getting other people's perspective, and looking for more material flaws folders that back up or deny theories. Speculations is my thing. Fucking Greeks knew it. Their flawed order fucked it all. Giant Rat Guy, no, I know, but what my point to you was, I do not live in the world of Xalatath being half true or lying to me, because I don't know which is lies and which is truths. So I can either believe everything or I believe nothing. If I believe everything, then that gives me a lot to speculate on, and maybe some of it is right, maybe some of it is wrong. If I believe nothing, that takes away a lot that can be speculated on, but at least then we'll never be lied to, but also at the same time we'll never actually know the truth, if a truth was ever there to begin with. New zoom out ring, Cosmo ring, Elemental ring, Reality ring. So we have this, or each Cosmo map equals first one. Cosmo map, Cosmo map, Cosmo map, Cosmo map, Cosmo map, Cosmo map, Clockmaker. I do think this is far more likely. Apocalypse, Kunda Gaming, thank you for doing something. Really fucking appreciate that. 8 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tatiana, how you doing? This is far more likely in my opinion, right? This map would be far more likely. The fact that the different cosmological maps, so basically what you're saying here is that this entire map is a single first one. Am I reading that correctly, Apocalypse? You're saying that not the cosmological forces, the entire map is a singular first one. Yeah, we do need to zoom out of the map. And Apocalypse, I think we discover we are part of another ring on a layer. I don't think this is the truth. This picture here, I don't think this is true. I think this is the truth. I believe this is the true, shall we say, layout of the universe. The first one's of hope. Now that is a mindfuck. Sylvanas wants to destroy hope. Could it be that she means it more literal than that? More literal than just normal hope? So physically wants to destroy the first one of hope. I mean, it doesn't just have to be first ones though, right? It could just be this very similar thing, but not necessarily that every one of the cosmological maps is a first one. And that would go back to my theory that Azeroth is a first one that was imprisoned to draw off her power. Using the D&D one, reality is sainted, Twisting Nether is the ethereal. Then it can be drained away when we go from Orgrimmar to Silvermoon in a portal. We go through the Twisting Nether. Now, don't think of that. Just look at how often hope has been repeated throughout the entire game, not just BFA and Shadowlands. Could also be just the first one of life, right? It's possible that Azeroth is an imprisoned first one. One that was captured long ago, and in order to ensure that the universe would continue the way that the children of Azeroth, because that puts us square in the realm of Greek mythology, where the children of the Titans were the ones who imprisoned them, were the ones who defeated them, right? So basically we have the exact same story in World of Warcraft playing itself out, and before people think, oh my god, what a bad fucking story, well, the truth of the matter is that it makes perfect sense. You want stories that's relatable to people, right? You can't come out of left field with a story and hope that people will relate to that story. Stories need to be relatable, and the only way to make a relatable story is to tie it to something that we know. Cronus would be a good example of this. Yes, Shifty One. Hope and Faith. One is not as benevolent as we think. Well, I think Hope would be a bit on the nose, but Life, the first one of Life, that is Hope. New beginnings, right? That is effectively what Hope boils down to. So Azeroth would be the first one of Life, because think about what Azeroth does. If I am correct in my speculation that the Emerald Dream is literally the dream of Azeroth, then that makes sense that Azeroth is the first one of Life. She is legitimately the one who creates life, the one who comes from life. Sathix, I've heard that theory before, and it's actually quite fucking interesting that they now actually believe that every black hole is another universe. If first ones are like black holes in this instance, then that is absolutely nuts. Azeroth is a Titan. Not until she can balance all 6 cosmic forces into a unity could she become a first one. It could be that we're looking. So here's the theory for you guys, and we'll discuss this in more detail on Sunday. So I'm gonna need some time to think about this theory before I'm meeting with the Lore Council on Saturday, where we'll discuss this theory in a lot more detail. But here's the theory for all of you to sort of chew on. When a first one is born, it is born with an entire universe within itself. A universe of all the forces that it would require in order to exist. Only once all of these forces collapse in on the first one, in other words, only at the time that the first one can consume all of its universe can it be born. So this gives the first one enough time to get strong, grow wise, learn what the universe is all about, and then once the first one is ready, it will consume its entire universe. So now we go back to this picture. Once the first one being born in this image here, so the first one is born as this, right? With all of these different forces not being a part of it. As it grows in power, it eventually consumes every single one of these forces, and then it becomes this. A single first one on the ring of reality, on the ring of the cosmos, so to speak, with the Clockmaker lying right in the center of it all. And then we could go even further and we could argue, well, what if the Clockmaker is yet another first one? So only once the Clockmaker has consumed all of its existences, all of its realities, will the Clockmaker ascend to, God status or whatever the fuck might be. So we could extend this thing as far as we basically want. But if you think about this, it makes sense that the Titans would want to stop or slow this down, because the moment she wakes up, it is the end of all existences. The moment reality awakens, the moment the first one awakens, it consumes everything else and it all becomes part of it. Time could have been created exactly for that purpose, what you're saying just now. It's possible. It is possible that, because I believe that the one who split, so this is just hate canon, by the way, but I believe that the one who split the different timelines is Amanthul, with the help of, oh my god, now the names are completely blank again. What the fuck is his name? Not Nosdormu, Norganon, thank you. Fuck me. For some reason, Nosdormu just kept popping into my mind, and I'm going, no, not the fucking aspect. The one that made him. The other one. What's his fucking name? The Titan. Ain. What the fuck? Norganon. I believe that it was Norganon and Amanthul that split the timelines into 1,000 different timelines. I believe that the difference between the light and the void is the light have picked a singular timeline, and it believes that that singular timeline is the real timeline. The void, on the other hand, took all 1,000 timelines, all of the timelines that exist. The void picked all of them and believe all of them to be the correct timeline. That's the difference between the light's one truth and the void's multiple truths. It's simply timelines. The void sees all of the timelines. The Primus says that he learned from someone how to see the different timelines. The Primus visited the Void Lords. The Void is the ones who taught the Primus how to see all of the timelines, how to know all of the truths that there is to know. The first ones are the universe. Why they should hide Frostborn Helm of Domination? Maybe because that is the key to their undoing, Cyril Cox. Perhaps the ability to build weapons with souls, the ability to build weapons that turn souls into weapons. Perhaps that is something that could bring down a first one. Some stuff on the other timelines though, like Alternative Draenor. No. Light is present in the other timelines. It does not mean that light believes the other timelines to be true. They could exist in different timelines, and the light could be in different timelines, but it still doesn't mean that the light believes that the timeline that they are on is the timeline that is true. It might be that the light believes that the timeline that they are on is the wrong one, and it should be changed to a different timeline, to the timeline that they believe is true. Because if we are correct in the different timelines of the universe, then it boils down to a basic fundamental scientific understanding. In one of the timelines, the light wins. In another timeline, the void wins. In another timeline, disorder wins. In another timeline, death wins, life wins, or order wins. And in some timelines, none of them win. In other timelines, all of them win, right? You would have every single possible scenario playing out in every single one of the timelines. Now, the light have picked a single timeline and believe that timeline to be the true timeline, most likely the timeline where the light wins. So it takes every other timeline and turns it into the one timeline. Whereas the void does something very different. It believes that every timeline is the truth, and therefore every timeline is simply its timeline, if you will. Maybe the imbalance of souls in a universe weakens the first ones. Mana translates a lot like a pool of magic. Around from the person's spirit, and spirit is used to bend those powers. Or to put a Dyson sphere around their winning timeline. Spicy. Wait, but what if all of this is just a timeline going counterclockwise? I mean, it's possible. Must it be such a fucking small picture, though? Andy, could you not make this picture any bigger? So we could actually fucking read it? I mean, it is possible, right? That this is a timeline going counterclockwise. Anything at this point is possible. Is it just me, or is our universe quite fucking weird. The universe of Azeroth. Is it just me, or is it a little bit upside fucking down? This is a timeline for ants. Nylara, how you doing? Ouroboros, Infinity. Ouroboros, the fact that Ouroboros is named after Ouroboros, the fact that you have the snake, the literal sign of Ouroboros, right? The snake that eats its own tail, Infinity, the continuation of the cycle, that's not by accident. That's definitely not by accident. It's easy to do on a phone. Why the fuck are you on your phone? Is Azeroth the first one of our universe, or what is your current theory? No, this isn't necessarily a theory. I haven't spoken to the Lore Council yet to really discuss this theory. This is just something that Apocalypse brought up, and the argument here, Zero Cox, is actually pretty simple. The argument basically states, what if every single cosmological map, so this map that we have here, what if this is a first one? The birth of a first one. So this is what it looks like. You have the Clockmaker, and then you have these different cosmological maps. If we were to zoom out on this map, so we took this map and we zoomed it out as much as we possibly could, right? This is what we find. Different first ones being born. Slowly but surely, and once they're powerful enough to consume all of the forces within their cosmological universe, they then become first ones. So this is literally the hypothesis that we've come up with right now. Man's up a mountain again. Oh my god, you're climbing mountains again, Annie? What the fuck are you doing with your life? I mean, this theory explains why the Titans put a stop to all of this with this sort of system, this closing off of the system. Because once this first one wakes up, it will consume the universe, and it can't have that, right? It wants to put a stop to that. It wants to ensure that that does not happen again. Double the tower shield if you want it. Wild Boy, yes, we will be playing some Valheim tonight. The Great Circle nears completion. Oh, that's an interesting quote. That is an interesting quote. The Great Circle nears completion. And that would make sense here. At some point, the Titan does wake up. And that is the completion of the circle. It all will happen as it always happens. Now the question becomes, if you are correct, if what you're saying is true, Apocalypse, the main question becomes, does every cosmological map look exactly like this one? Does every cosmological map have the exact same forces within it? And is these forces aware of the other forces within every single one of these cosmological maps? By the way, guys, we're doing balls to the wall speculation here. I'm not saying any of this is true. This is just spitballing with chat, right? This is literally just spitballing with you guys. I have no idea if this is true. Titan Oryx back. I wonder if we will go to War versus Order. Probably not yet, but yes, at some point I do think we are going to go to War with Order. Yes and no, Nusa. Why do you say that? Which takes me back to my looping timeline. When Azeroth wakes up, they will fight again, and the survivors go to sleep near a sun again to do it all again. So we are basically circling back 100% to Legion days, where the speculation theory that we had was all of this is a never-ending timeline. The Ocean of Light wasn't the first Ocean of Light. It was the millionth. It has happened every single time, regardless of how far you go back. Every single time, eventually Azeroth wakes up. Eventually Azeroth consumes all things. She fights. She dies. Well, dies. goes back to sleep, rebirths the universe, and it all starts again, as it always must. Ouroboros. Infinite timeline. Consistently the same thing over and over again. And you have Sargeras and Zuval who has had enough. They don't want to play the same game every single time. They want to put a stop to it entirely. So by slaying Azeroth, they will truly be able to put a stop to it. This doesn't answer, of course, some of the bigger burning questions, like what does Zuval mean when he says to claim what was once his, or anything like that, but there could be multiple interpretations of that, of course. It doesn't have to be, that doesn't have to be the only interpretation, so to speak. But light number one, the last one, like you were saying, if you're going to raise someone, the blind idiot god created the looping timeline back in Legion based on the Draenor equals Azeroth theory. I created the looping timeline literally just by Apocalypse. This was literally in... there's videos of me saying this. Can't remember what it's called, actually. I can't remember what the video is called. But there's videos of me, and I simply did it based on looking at Sargeras and his reasoning for the whole universe and why he wants to destroy Azeroth. It just sort of... I just sort of got this idea that perhaps Sargeras had figured out that the jig is up. This has happened before and it will happen again. Basically like the argument that every universe will eventually collapse into a black hole once again. Right? That's basically where that theory came from. Every universe will be born from a black hole, but will also then eventually collapse into that black hole, starting another universe. So time is, in essence, infinite. What if the corners are higher powers, clockwise from top left, lawful good, chaotic, lawful evil, chaotic evil? I mean, we already know that they're called higher powers, Andy. I mean, Steve the Newser basically told us this. He explained that these powers, so spirit, fire, air, decay, earth, and water, this is primal magic. And these are the higher magics. Now, I like the idea of saying you have lawful good, lawful evil, and chaotic evil. That I definitely like. I like the concept of that. Since what? We have been told that time is a flat circle. It only makes sense. Everything will restart. But then it makes sense that someone like Zuval and Sargeras maybe wants to stop the restart, right? Gamer Angel, Gamer Gangrel, thank you much for the follow. Really fucking appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. So side question: Sargeras, Zuval, Sylvanas. Why don't they spell these plans out to us so that we're more likely to join, accept them? Why do bad guys need to keep their cards close to their chest all the time until their big reveal? Sathix, because if you don't know if you can trust anyone, right? If I don't know if I'm going to tell you something, if you're going to keep it to yourself, isn't it then easier to keep it to myself until such time that I'm ready to do what needs to be done? Because remember, I don't know if I can trust you. What if I tell you this and you go blabber it to someone else? Someone that's not supposed to hear it yet? I thought that Azeroth is every planet we have seen in the Great Beyond, just different timelines. That is why the Caverns of Time is so critical to us. Tasty, that would have been true if it wasn't for Denuzer's tweet that basically put an end to that entire theory, right? I mean, there is more, right? So you have neutral good, you have neutral, you have chaotic good. So there's a bunch of different what's it called? Alignments that exist. So each one of these could have a different alignment, so to speak. Six cosmological forces, 6 primordial forces, 6 seats of the Pantheon, 6 at the high table, 6 Eternals. Perhaps the amount of first ones are 6 as well. Oh. So 6 would be the magic number in the universe. What time are you starting D&D tomorrow? Due to your load shedding? Well, we already said it can start normal time. I don't have load shedding right now, but it might start back up again after the fucking sauna is complete. Let me just look quickly at the app here. I mean, it's possible that it can start up again, right? Because sauna is on right now, so sometimes they do fucking do this where they'll stop load shedding literally for the State of the Nation address, and then they'll start it back up again. But if I'm looking here, even if we go to stage, the only time I will most likely not be able to stream is if we were to have stage 6 load shedding. So if we were to jump on stage 6 load shedding, that would be me off for the whole evening. Yeah, so normal time, we can start normal time tomorrow night. Who is the 6th Eternal? Anther 5 and the Arbiter. I never got the impression the Arbiter was a sentient being. It feels more like a construct to me. Sathix, that's just because she looks like a construct. She could be sentient. It might be that there were more Eternals and that Zuval slayed them. Because if you were here, I don't know when you came in, but if you were here earlier, we just did a theory on... We were just discussing a theory... Oh my god, am I going to find it again, or is it not going to be fucking gone forever? Yeah, fuck me. I'm probably not going to find it again. I'm going to have to... No. It's supposed to be here. Where the fuck? Here we go. So, this theory here basically suggests that there is no... Vitality, how you doing, bro? This... This theory here basically suggests that they're not at all... that the Winter Queen, the Archon, and Sidon-Athreus isn't even Eternal ones. We give power to IP, so still won't have internet. Dragonwolf, usually our internet remains fine, even when the power goes out. Like, the internet stays on. Obviously, the router is off because there's no power, but it's all fiber internet. So, it's my understanding at least that the fiber providers, the ISPs, isn't really affected by power outages. But no, I'm actually saving up for a Tesla Powerwall. I can't get a generator. I've told you guys this before. Like, I've explained this multiple times. If I put a generator anywhere outside, it is literally against someone else's bedroom window. Do you have any idea how many people will start yelling at me if I have a fucking generator literally by their bedroom window going, hey, sorry guys, middle of the night, but I'm streaming, so deal with the fucking noise. Right? So that's the only reason I don't have a generator, is because I would wake up the entire fucking neighborhood with a generator. And people hate that. The sound of a generator is way too fucking loud. I'm moving to a new property now, which will probably allow me to buy a generator. Check your solar panels. Yeah, sure. At night as well, yeah? They'll power me. Just need to find the fucking sun. No, I want to buy a Tesla Powerwall. I'll probably start with the generator, and then once I have the money, I'll switch over to a Tesla Powerwall. They're just stupidly expensive here. It's like 30k USD, so... Yeah, the solar panels would still be connected to a Powerwall. Do you have 30k for me, Apocalypse? Like, if you want to donate $30,000, I'm not going to say no. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you don't donate $30,000. If you've got $30,000, give it to me. I'll buy a fucking... I'll buy myself a solar Powerwall, Tesla Powerwall, a stationary bike that generates power, and then pedal your ass off while streaming. Easy, bro, easy. I mean, I would lose a shit ton of weight, right? The amount of times we don't have fucking power, I would be the skinniest streamer out there. Motherfucker, I'm still waiting for you to pay me. Well, buy me a taste of Powerwall and I'll pay you. Yeah, I'm waiting for crypto to go up. But that's just for fun. Like, the money that I've invested in crypto is just for fun. Akalon Gold. Yeah, I'll be the skinniest motherfucker in the world. I just want to see here. What's my... I've been approved for a Locals account, by the way. Does anyone know what that is? Do you guys know what Locals is? 30k for OnlyFans? Yeah, I'm pretty sure no one would fucking pay me for that. What's my investments on right now? So Ripple just... Jesus, it's going up, but so slow. It's 13% up. I'm glad I didn't invest that much in it. My Ethereum is exploding, though. Jesus, Ethereum's doing well. Ethereum seems to really do well. I like Ethereum right now. Need to buy me more Ethereum, though. Like, I want to invest at least 1k US dollars in Ethereum every month. Because then if that thing starts taking off, which, by the way, there's rumors that Ethereum could be fucking exploding soon. If Ethereum starts taking off, that's fucking GG, right? Yeah, Ethereum does have all the qualities to overtake Bitcoin by 2030. It seems to have the qualities to do so. So I can absolutely agree with that, Medras. That's why I'm sort of... I think Bitcoin is going to be the gold equivalent of the digital currencies. So I think we're going to end up with Bitcoin sort of, you know, being the gold standard, if you will, of cryptocurrencies. And then you'll have Ethereum, which is going to be sort of the one that people use to trade with. A lot of services, hosting, etc. I'm investing in Ethereum, but basically right now I'm doing a about a 50-40-10 split. So 50% of my money goes to Bitcoin, 40% goes to Ethereum, and 10% goes to Ripple. And then I have an entirely different portfolio where I put money into like the smaller cryptocurrencies. So I've got like a shit ton of BitTorrent. Me and my brother bought some BitTorrent the other day. Like fucking little... Dude, we bought like $4 or some shit of BitTorrent. And we got over almost 200,000 BitTorrents, the cryptocurrency. Now, the reason we bought that is because it was so cheap to buy. And also, if that thing just grows to $1, you have $200,000, right? If that thing goes up to $1, you have $200,000. Just like that. Boom. And it's not even that big of a growth. It doesn't even have to grow that much. It literally has to go up by 99 cents. That's it. It just takes like 2 million people to quickly buy it, and then boom, you have a shit ton of money. If you wish to do your own investments, please do your own research. That is so true. Never fucking trust me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I mine with nice hash when I'm at work and sleeping with my 2080 1070 Ti. Twice, easy money. I don't mine at all. I just buy it. I just buy into it. My mining is done here. I stream and I make YouTube videos. That's where my money comes from. I take that money and I buy Bitcoin and I buy digital currencies. I'm not going to fucking sit here and try and mine coins. There's only... I mean, the whole world mines 640 Bitcoin a day. I mean, come on. Right? That is disgusting little. It would take you forever to mine a single Bitcoin. With just one PC, how long would it take you to get a single Bitcoin while mining it? With a single PC. So you have one PC and you're mining a single Bitcoin. Probably years, if not fucking decades, I think, at this point. Sound like a rave boss after vaping? Oh, Bajal, how you doing, bro? Yeah, the vape, I can't speak with vape in my lungs. 4K for mining, nice. Black, how you doing, bro? Alright, so, what does it mean to be lucky? I don't know. What does it mean to be lucky? What does it mean to be truly lucky? Are we talking about lucky or are we talking about happiness? How do you even mine a digital currency? So, Mike, it's not really, it's called mining just because it's simplified when it's called mining, but it's actually just you provide your PC for people to do transactions on, right? So, all transactions in cryptocurrency is done on the blockchain, which means it's literally user to user. Right? That's how transactions work. So, in order to do it, like you just offer your PC for people to do transactions on, and then you get paid a small amount for every transaction that they do, and that accumulates over time to a single Bitcoin. Jesus. Just switching back here to just chatting for a bit, and then we'll probably play something. What do you guys want to play? Have you decided yet? Have anyone decided yet what they want to play? Moto just comes up and goes, "Mommy, I want to color a picture for the big man." So she's coloring you a picture. Oh, Nusa, tell her I say so much thanks. And I would love to see that picture. Kind of like donating your PC as a server. Yeah, Mike, pretty much. Valheim, there's no dab in that vape? No, there's definitely no dab in the vape. What picture is she coloring, Nusa? On server last night? Should play some Rust. I left a surprise in your sleeping role. But Apocalypse, I want to play Valheim. It's at HOTS time. No, it's Valheim time. Do you guys have any idea how fun Valheim is? Who here has never played Valheim? I've never seen us play Valheim. So Valheim is absolutely stupidly fun. Valheim is what that is what survival games should have been. What a survival game should be, that's Valheim. I played it because yesterday was D&D day, and I was creating a battle column. I want to play, but I'll wait for permanent server to play with everyone. I had to refund Valheim. I wasn't really enjoying it. Really, Mike? How could you not enjoy it? After stream yesterday, the graphics suck ass, but it seems to be fun. It is fucking insane. Long time listener, follow on YouTube. Usually miss your live stuff here. Just finished your recent video on Autumnwield and talking about the jailer. What if he is holding the remnant of your Siraj with the rune of binding, slowly getting corrupted? The others locked him away. The old gods always called themselves beings of death. It could have started back then with a slow burn to now. The seed of corruption. Gamer Gangrel, how you doing, bro? So I like the theory, but I don't necessarily think it's I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that's what it is. Ysuraj was clearly removed by the Titans themselves, not by Zuval. Baby giraffe, lol, because I told her you live in Africa. Nice. I would love to see that. What soundbite? Apocalypse. And Mike, I don't know how you can't fucking agree, how you can't enjoy Valheim. How does one not enjoy Valheim? That game is fucking amazing. The building frustrated me overall. Just wasn't feeling that hawk that I do with other games. Then Discord media when it is done, so I can pin him, please. Please post it in Discord media. Yes, correct. But he was killed. He was killed, but remember, old gods do not go to the Shadowlands. Gamer Gangrel. This was Steve the Newser confirmed this, right? Old gods do not travel to the Shadowlands when they die. Every single cosmological force goes back to its cosmological origin when it dies. The clip of yesterday's D&D session where Shemi asked Andy to talk butter to her because he was turned into butter. Did Andy actually talk butter to her? And how the fuck was he turned into butter? I'm logging into Valheim right now, by the way. Oh, you have to fucking show me it. Apocalypse, you have to show me it. I would love to see that. Man, I'm looking forward to Friday nights. This is so loud. Wow, that was loud. And I realize you guys can't hear the sound at all. Trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Wait, why is this not giving me preferences to work with? Huh. Can you guys hear the game at all? I'm assuming you guys can't hear the game at all, right? Why are you not giving me anything to work with here? You see, but now... Alright, is the music still working? Everything's still working, right? Okay, now we can maybe get shit done here. Hold up, let me just fix this, because everything is now sort of in its own fucking place. Valheim, you would go there. Right, can you guys hear the sound now? Can you hear the music now? Do you hear the music? Or not at all? Very small though, music covering it. Alright, but I did turn this down, so... Now it's very loud. Alright, that should be better. You guys can hear me now, right? Alright. Okay. So... I'm gonna log into the game so long, right? And then I'm just quickly gonna take a coffee break. And then we'll be back. So server password is gonna be the same as it always is. Simp for Sylvanas. Wait, did I say simps or simp for Sylvanas? You know what? Fuck it. Just call it Echo1. That's it. That's the server password. And you should all be able to get in, right? If you haven't followed me on Steam yet, you're more than welcome to do so. Posted it to Facebook page. All right, I'll check it out in a second, Nisa. It's changed now. It's Echo1. Yes, capital A. I've changed it. I remember I fucking ran down here. Oh, nighttime. Pretty fucking... Okay, well, we'll wait out the night before we continue. Let's wait out the night. Let's rest for a bit. Let me go grab some coffee. You and your tiny hat. Bro, we're building a massive fucking place right up the ridge. I'm moving there now. But we are building a massive fucking place now. So, just give me time. You'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna change it now. Alright, here we go. Stream info. Valheim. Done. Alright. Quickly gonna grab some coffee, guys. Go stretch your legs. Do whatever the fuck you want. And then I'll be back in 5 minutes or so.